for children who are abused to die.
In the case where child abuse is fatal, obviously it's not good for the child, but it's actually a benefit to society because there aren't needed for government services and whatnot over the whole course of that child.
This guy's fucking pro-life, by the way. This guy. Yeah, he said that. He said, actuarial sciences show the overall cost to benefit ratio favors the government in an instance where child abuse happens and the kid dies.
Child's life.
Through the chair, can you say that again? Did you say a benefit for society?
Talking dollars. Now you've got
Yes.
a $1.5 million price tag here for victims of fatal child abuse. It gets argued periodically that it's actually a cost savings because that child is not going to need any of those government services that they might otherwise be entitled to receive and need based on growing up in this type of environment.
Through the chair, Representative, I guess that would be the idea, if I can use a really bad analogy, when you hit somebody, always back up because it's cheaper to insurance. I don't pertain to that, and I'm really, I'm not even sure how to answer that there's a cost saving to the death of a child. The impact that has on a family and us as a society when a child is lost, especially to child abuse and neglect, is unmeasurable. And it's hugely tragic.
Yeah, follow
up.
And the way that you're calculating this 1.5 million, and when I say you, I mean the people who did calculate it, does that 1.5 million get higher or lower depending upon the age at which the child is killed?
So again, there's multiple factors, and a number can definitely increase, but again, I don't believe it's going to matter if they're older or younger. Again, a loss of a child is really unmeasurable.
They're talking about the value of statistical life. No, I know what they're doing. I get what they're doing. But even in the most charitable interpretation, it's like such a fucking psychotic thing. Okay? It is literally a psychotic thing. It's when you take a fucking econ textbook and literally use the arguments that you hear in an econ textbook, that you read in an econ textbook, while humanizing the widget factory workers. Do you understand? Like, that's the issue. There's a reason why when you read a fucking econ textbook, oftentimes they move away from like labor as anything but a commodity. They will only talk about labor as a commodity, rarely ever as like human beings, okay? The reason why they do that is because they want to talk about the line going up rather than what it means when the line goes up, but you've fired a bunch of the workplace, okay? And if you are to turn around and describe what goes on in a fucking econ textbook like it's with like, fully developed human beings as victims or winners or losers in any given circumstance, you will come across like a fucking sociopath. If you take this logic to its most extreme conclusion, it would technically be cost saving to round up genocide and genocide everyone who's on welfare. Yeah, exactly. So we're back to the classic Felix Biederman tweet about econ textbooks. Chapter 1, the economy gives us ice cream. Chapter 2, this is why it's okay when children die in factory fires. Yeah, that is exactly what happens in econ textbooks. Cost-benefit analysis, when you actually think about human beings behind the actual cost-benefit analysis, if you think about them as like in terms of numbers, yes, you are going to come across like a fucking sociopath. This guy must be pro-abortion. Good take. Of course he's not, by the way. Remember, like, this guy, ironically, is also anti-abortion. Like, which makes it even weirder because then it's like, oh, so you want children to be forcibly born, okay? You want women to forcibly carry pregnancies to term just so you can kill them if it's cost effective. Like, what the fuck? It basically takes all of the Republican mentality and you know, immediately showcases it for its depravity. Do you understand? It's depraved. Like, it's just insane. It's like the classic fucking take that Republicans have where it's like, yeah, we want children to be born, okay? We want children to be born so they can have the freedom to fucking die. The moment Republicans only care about a fetus until it leaves the vagina, okay? The moment that it's outside of the fucking outer vagina, it's like, it's done. The moment that a fetus is fucking born, okay? It's over. It's done. You fucking die. Now you die, and we literally don't care. Which is ironic because we also literally have awful maternal mortality rates in this country. Like, the absolute fucking worst in comparison to comparable OECD nations. It's mind-boggling to me. They don't even give a fuck about it. Like, the moment that you're born, the moment that you breathe your own fucking breath for the first time ever, it's a wrap. You can fucking die for all we care. It's crazy. And then the ones who are born into a fucking poor family, well, God forbid you have to go to fucking school. Ben Shapiro wants you to be fucking forcibly removed from your family and put back into the foster care system when, you know, the government could be doing other shit like paying for the fucking food or paying for the $5 a month subscription at the top of the hour so the poor baby doesn't have to fucking see the ad breaks at the top of the hour. Because at the top of the hour, there's a 3-minute ad break. Now, if you no longer want to see those ads, all you need to do is subscribe, which you can do for $5 or you can do for free with a Twitch Prime by connecting your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account where you get 1 free Prime subscription a month. You can also get gifted a sub if you're lucky. Right? That's another way to avoid the top of the hour ad break. If you're lucky, you can get gifted a sub. Here's the 3-minute ad break now. MP Sharky, thank you for the 5 gifted. I can't feel my legs. Oh, God, help. Thank you for the 5 gifted. Hello, Hasan. I'm a new watcher. I'm interested to hear what your stance on the train derailments and the rail union's whole drama situation. If you don't wish to speak on that matter, what are your thoughts on the approval of the Willow Project? Both of these things, Train Guy Nate, I talked about extensively over the course of the past month. And also the Willow Project I talked about yesterday. So you can go on YouTube and find my thoughts on either of those things. Dark Lord of New Jersey, thank you for the 5 gifted. Sky Anon, thank you for the 5 gifted as well. Anyway, let's hear what Bill Burr has to think about this system that we exist under. Finally, after months and months of avoiding this, after almost an entire month of avoiding this, it's been fucking what? This was March 3rd. You guys have been linking this to me since I was in fucking Japan, I think. Finally, let's hear what Bill has to say.
Do you think there's ever going to be a time when any sort of politician grows some fucking balls and the general population